So welcome in. It is Ort and The Bear right here, video only today. Strap in the radio because we have two pretty faces. It's Peyton Barron's Will Ortner, President Godino, and back producing everything, Elliott the Engineer. Big thank you for everyone being here, especially my great friend, Jim Godino. I got to really figure out which side he's on. Will, you are not being able to figure out the virtual backgrounds today. I am having a grand old time with them. Tell me how jealous you are that, I get to hang out with people like the Tiger King himself, our boss, Jeff McMillan. I can even put
your own self
here. Yeah, I can be over here at Newcastle and just be hanging out at Tomlinson Stadium. Like, how does it feel to not have the power that I have? Because I really am I'm having a ball over here.
Well, now super producer Elliott is getting in the fun as well.
Yes.
I'm extremely jealous because I tried. I have a ton of good backgrounds, places I could be, but it won't work because my stupid laptop is old and doesn't have the new iOS whatever. So, I think for the first time since I've owned a Mac, I'm going to download the new software.
You are so untech savvy, and that is probably making Elliott cringe on the other side of this. Right, Elliott? Am I right there?
You are correct, yes.
I just learned that I can put both my fingers on and double-click a picture and then save stuff from it. I didn't know I had that opportunity.
Look how young you are.
Young Elliott. Wow.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, what year is that, Elliott?
I think it was only 4 or 5 years ago.
Really?
God, that beard adds some maturity to you. You look like your son right there.
You heard that before, yes.
I thought it was Dylan for a second till I saw the tattoo.
Nice.
Elliott, let's talk with you real quick. What's it been like figuring out all this sort of platform, being able to record all this kind of stuff, and being able to produce more content in a new platform? What's that sort of change been like for you?
It's been pretty exciting. It's been a little stressful at times because, I'm still trying to get the kids on the air, trying to have a sense of normalcy. With everything going on, everything's, crazy right now. So social distancing, right? All three of us in our own little bubbles. And, Peyton's over there with Tiger King. But
wrong side.
No, yeah. I know, I was doing the same thing. I was like, in here, it's like it's supposed to be on that side. No, it's been really exciting. It's cool to work with new technology. The limitations have been the technology of the other people. I have an entire studio here in my home, which has made it really easy for me, but it's a little harder for other people. So that's the limitations. But other than that, it's been a blast.
So are you handling working from home well? Because I know I'm going crazy working from home. It feels weird.
Yeah, no, I'm going crazy too. Every day I'm like, I should probably go to town, and then I'm like, no, I want to be responsible, so I'm gonna stay home. And that's what you should do: is stay home. Stay home. 2 weeks. If everybody stayed home for 2 weeks, we could all go back to work. Just stay home.
Will, you don't work. You just do this. I don't even know what you do all day. What do you do all day?
I do this, and then I do my Richard Simmons workout videos. And then I've got a friend. They have a barn that they stay out of. And they used to be big into CrossFit. So I go over there and I get my lift on. But that's about it. Oh, and I do yoga. That's about it. This is the highlight.
You guys heard Will mention he did a Richard Simmons workout. That video is now posted on YouTube. It's right there. I'm hoping Krister can just edit in a link right there. And it's going to look really cool when I say it's right there below me on the bottom of the screen. But go and check out Will. It's on YouTube. Ort and The Bear, these video podcasts. If you found it now, you can go find the Richard Simmons one. It was great. Will, we haven't talked a whole lot of sports in a while. Tom Brady left the New England Patriots for the first time ever. He tested free agency. He's now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. They have a great offense. They had a quarterback who threw for 30 touchdowns last year. The bad thing was he just threw for 30 interceptions, so it didn't do much for them. Do you think Tom Brady adds to this team, or are they going to be 8-8?
Well, I mean, first off, I feel like Tom Brady's got the benefit of the doubt now to the point of he is so great. Even though he's 42 and I think he turned 43 in the middle of the season, he has been so great. He's the GOAT that you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's matched with Bruce Arians, a known quarterback guru. So that should help, along with the fact that he's got Goodwin and Evans in his wide receiving core. They should be fine offensively. They have a decent defense, at least a pretty good front seven at getting pressure to the quarterback. But again, the key with them is, can they have some good plays with DBs? Are they going to be able to figure out that aspect of it? Because as the game has gone on and become more of a passing league on defense, you're going to have to find a way to stop that. So I don't know. I'm at a point where, yes, he makes a difference. I believe they probably are at least in the playoff hunt. I don't want to say they're a playoff team, but they're in the playoff hunt. I just don't know if he's the reason you win a Super Bowl or not. It was the best place for him to go. I think it's the best decision for him, but I don't know if it's like, oh, now they're going to go win 3 Super Bowls or anything like that.
See, and I don't know. I don't think he brings a whole lot to change them. They had a dynamic quarterback last year who was able to sling the rock. He threw for 30 touchdowns, and they weren't able to do anything good. Tom Brady was in a system for the last 20 years where all he had to rely on was 5-yard checkdowns all the way down the field, and it was death by 1,000 paper cuts. You're not going to get this when you have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin as your wide receivers. You're going to throw the ball long. And they signed a tight end, right?
Yeah.
Hooper?
Let me look it up. Let me Google.
But I think Tom Brady, they don't have the backfield that they need to be successful. They have Ronald Jones II as their starting running back. He was a former failed USC Trojan running back. He's nothing special. I don't think that this offense is going to be able to shine the way that people think Tom Brady makes offenses shine. I think it was the schemes that was run in New England that made it so successful. And that's why you saw success when Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo, and anyone else, Jacoby Brissett, ran that offense in garbage time. They saw success because the scheme was that easy.
Well, okay, so the tight end, I figured it out, O.J. Howard.
Okay.
And then, so to a degree, there's an element of the system is really good. But at the same time, I think it's more 50-50 Belichick-Brady than I think it's, all Belichick or all Brady. I still think Tom Brady is a very good quarterback. And now you have him matched up with arguably probably the best 1-2 punch in a wide receiving core with Goodwin and Evans. I agree with you. Like, he doesn't quite have that long arm. Like back when Randy Moss was with the Patriots and Brady could just chuck a fade, Randy would come down with it. I don't think he has that arm strength anymore. But now he has better receivers around him, so he has more forgiveness. He's not going to be quite as accurate. He's 42, going to be 43. Let's be real. He's on the downhill end of his career. He's got maybe 1-2 years left. But now that he has a little more room for error, I think you might see a little bit of a resurgence in his numbers because, just like you said, Jameis Winston threw for, I think, 33 touchdowns or something like that. He also threw for 30 picks, and I want to say he threw for double-digit pick sixes. That's a killer for a football team that kills all momentum you have. It's literally a 14-point swing as long as they make the field goal. So I think it's a bigger deal on if Brady can come in and if he's still doing his same thing, 5-10-yard outs, hitting little slant routes. Mike Evans and Goodwin can do that. They're going to be fine. You got O.J. Howard as a little safety net, relief valve. And then if this league's proven anything, it's that you don't have to be a great running back to have success in this league. I mean, the Seahawks do it by committee. Tons of teams do it by committee.
But they're not good. The Seahawks do it by committee, but they're not good.
I don't know. This is going to offend my friend Michael Roots very much, and this doesn't include him. But when I look at running backs, especially in today's NFL, you don't have very many you don't have very many Zeke Elliott's. You don't have your Eric Dickersons anymore. You don't have your Emmitt Smiths. You don't have your Barry Sanders. You have multiple running backs that you can lean on, and I think that's the key here. By committee, running backs take so many hits and so many just big smacks. It's not worth it. Have a bunch of different running backs. Yeah, Jones can do all right. Have someone else come in. They'll probably go out and sign some free agent dude like Philip Lindsay who goes out and does great. You can find plenty of decent running backs to get done what Tom Brady needs. I mean, shoot, the Patriots were the king of it. They never had a main back.
Valid point. Now, let me ask you this. Is it just pointless that we're all talking about this? Is the season going to get pushed away anyways, and it's just not going to happen? And, following up, what's going to happen to the college sports scene with, schedules being pushed back, things like that? You don't know when these sports are going to start. So do we think that sports are just going to pause themselves for 3 months? Are they going to do shortened seasons? What do you think?
Well, so when you look at like the NBA, MLB, NFL, you have leagues. There's more control over those. There's only 32 teams in most. I think maybe one of the sports leagues has 30, but for the most part, it's between 30 to 32 teams. That's fairly easy to control. You can kind of say, hey, you know what? Maybe it clears up in like June. For whatever reason, something comes down the pipe. We're able to see, hey, it's going to get cleared up. They can kind of move their schedule around. The NBA is able to play different games later in the year. If they want to play the championship in September, they can play the championship in September. The problem is when you go and you look at college sports, because we're on such a rigorous timeline that it could be hard to push it back. I know there's a lot of athletic directors right now, especially in the big Power 5 conferences, your Pac-12, ACC, SEC, that are like, oh, well, we'll just push it back into May. Well, if you push it back into May, the question is what about all those kids who graduated high school early as seniors and then are entering college in the spring? That happens all the time in those D1 schools. Are those guys now eligible to play? If you play, another theory that people have thrown out is play half of it in like October, and then you come back and play the other half in May. There's another fear there of like, if you do that, then you have the issue of, well, some of these kids played their high school season and now they're trying to play a college football season as well. It just throws off everything into limbo. It's tough. College sports are at more of a disadvantage than the pros just because you have owners. You can say when you're going to play, and it doesn't quite work that way with the NCAA. I'm still hopeful. Like, I'd like to play my senior season. I plan on playing my senior season. I'm treating every day like I'm going to play my senior season. But it is kind of up in the air, and when you have guys like Kirk Herbstreit coming down and saying, I'm fearful about the year, it worries me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that there's a large chance that, the NCAA has already talked about doing scholarship relief, or eligibility relief, things like that. But sometimes that's, not applicable to guys who are seniors, who are on the way out, going to miss their senior season. What do they expect them to do? Come back for a graduate school just so that they can play another year of football? And a lot of people might consider that, but many won't do it. They won't follow through with it. So the NCAA, I think, is in a lot trickier situation than pro sports are.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Well, and I don't want to out this person, and it's just a story that I've heard, and I could be wrong. So if I am wrong, please feel free. There's an athlete at Central Washington, and yeah, spring sport athletes have that year back. But from my understanding, she got into her grad school. She wants to do whatever. I think it's some kind of doctor, way smarter than us kind of program. Probably like rocket scientist is what she is.
Yeah, that's what we have on campus at Central.
Well, they have it. We're just not it. But what I'm saying is she got into a different grad school. Central doesn't have that program. So now to her, it's like, yeah, of course she's going to want to come back and play her senior season. But does the grad school let her? we don't like. Are they going to be like, hey, yeah, we'll push you off for a year and we'll honor that, or are they going to say like, sorry, kid, like it's either you play your sport or you come in and do this. It's all kind of craziness. So it'll be interesting in the coming months how they figure out a way to work that out. But yeah, man, it's uncharted territory, man.
Make sure you guys are checking out our social media platforms. I'm glad I was finally able to talk a little bit of sports with Will Ortner again. It's been a long time since we've been able to do that. Follow the Burg on social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow along the March Music Mania on our social media platforms on Instagram. You can vote on all of these. Last time I checked, Black Bear was still in the running, and I think we got the Elite Eight going right now. So make sure you're getting your votes in. Will, I'm about to wrap it up. I gotta head out. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, keep voting for Meek Mill so that I can win. That's what I would like. And if not, just don't let Hot Girl Bummer win. I don't want the Cinderella. I'm done with it. Hot Girl Bummer doesn't have like whatever. Who was the old lady who was like the nun?
The nun, the old lady nun. Oh,
Yeah.
from Loyola, Sister Jean.
Yeah, Hot Girl Bummer doesn't have Sister Jean. It has Black Bear, and he's weird. So like, just pick someone who has like a cool story. Except Hot Girl Bummer, because Peyton wants Hot Girl Bummer to win, and I don't want them to win.
I don't. I just love a good Cinderella story, like we all. I'm gonna spend the rest of my day watching Disney Plus because I love Cinderella stories. How about that?
I don't have Disney Plus because I'm a commoner. We're not all rich like you, Peyton. We don't have that Jason Rance money flowing in.
Smells broke over there, Will. Smells broke. You should fix that.
No, that is me thinking. That's what that smell is.
All right, Elliot, have you watched anything good on Disney Plus?
I have not. I do. I'm still in that year of free Disney Plus because I have Verizon, and I'm not 100%.
That's a good deal.
It is a good deal. So I took advantage of it, and I watched that Star Wars series.
Mandalorian.
Oh, Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, and that was
Good
the
stuff.
last time that I watched Disney Plus.
Go and watch the animated Star Wars series on there, the Clone Wars. Oh, that's a great series. There's like 8 seasons worth of it. I've binged a whole lot of that stuff since Disney Plus has come out.
I have a hard time watching anything that's animated. I don't know.
But it's Star Wars animated, so therefore it's fantastic.
That's true. That's true. I might have to.
Look, our Star Wars guy, Krister, he says after the first 2 seasons, it's good. So you just got to get through 2 seasons.
Oh, it's good stuff. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. We're right here on the internet, on the radio, wherever you need to find us. It's at 881 The Burg, social media. Type it in on your Google machine, 881theburg.com. Elliot, Will, I'm out of here. Have a great night. It's Ort and the Bear.
Hey, Mom.